Were you in the locker room after the game?
I was in the locker room, and like I said, I've been around this team for a long time, and I've been in there after Game 7 losses before, and they were just crushed. There was a little anger, but it wasn't as much anger as maybe I had detected in previous playoff flameouts. This group just was crushed. They were devastated. They know that they let an opportunity slip, an opportunity that doesn't come along very often.
No.
It's something they've talked about for months, guys. I mean, they knew that this was the end of this window for this group, and this team is going to look radically different in September when they get back together, and they all know it.
We heard the comments from Alex Ovechkin after the game. He was despondent, but was there anybody else, 2, 3, 4 other guys in particular that you noticed that were really affected by it?
Well, Nicholas Backstrom looked like he took it incredibly hard. Here's a player who spent 10 years here, and he's been through the failures, and he understands that this team the core group isn't getting younger. They're not going to be stronger next year. They know he knows that the better players on the team are on the wrong side of 30 or close to it, and he would qualify as despondent. TJ Oshie, he was actually very real about, he was the one guy who was able to kind of, instead of just mumbling, a bunch of cliches and, how upset he was, he actually kind of broke down the game a little bit and made some very salient points. And
what did he say?
The one that really jumps out to me is the big name players have to show up in big games, and he feels like the top guys are the ones who let down the Capitals yesterday. And what he was talking about was that second period flurry where the Capitals had a number of scoring chances, including himself. He had that one where he tipped a shot in front and it hit Fleury and it came right back to him, and he just couldn't get his stick on it in the right spot and get it into the net. And he said big time players put that puck into the net. He didn't call anyone else out by name, but we all saw it. Alex Ovechkin hitting the knob of Marc-Andre Fleury's stick.
Uh-huh.
Those are the goals in big moments where you can't hit the knob of the stick. You have to bear down and put it through the net. You have to find a way to get it into the net. Nicholas Backstrom, got the puck on the wing, delayed, shot it off the side of the net.
Yeah.
There was a teammate in front. He could have shot it quicker. There were opportunities in that second period to change the course of that game, and they came up short by millimeters. And that was the difference. The Penguins have that championship pedigree. As the game went along, especially going to the third period, you could just kind of see the difference in approach and mentality. The Penguins were rising. They were getting more and more into the game, and the Capitals were starting to back off a little bit.
Can you give me your best guess? And I want you to tell me which guys are gone.
Which guys are gone? I just don't see a scenario where number 8 gets traded. I think he still means more to this team and to this franchise.
So he'll be here.
Than he would somewhere else.
Who else? Who else is gone? Alzner's gone, right? They won't re-sign him?
Alzner is going to cost too much. He's going to make more money somewhere else. I think Justin Williams is another player, when you look at his age and his production and what he could mean to a young team that's on the rise, like an Edmonton Oilers, he's going to mean more somewhere else.
So he's gone. All right, so Justin's gone.
TJ Oshie, to me, is the biggest question mark, because here's a player who plays hard. Here's a player who gets hurt. Here's a player who had his best career year and is going to command a long-term contract at a lot of money, but is on the wrong side of 30.
What's your best guess?
Played a full season.
What's your best guess?
I think he makes more money somewhere else.
He's gone. So Oshie gone. Who else? What about the restricted free agents? What does that mean for those guys?
The restricted free agents don't have much leverage. I don't see a whole lot of movement. But that's definitely a big part of this offseason, guys, because these guys are going to have their hands out. Evgeny Kuznetsov is going to want a lot of money.
What's his leverage?
And they're going to have to find a way to keep him.
What's his leverage? What's his leverage as a restricted free agent?
He doesn't have a whole lot. He doesn't have a whole lot, especially after an uneven regular season. But that said, he's a big part of this team going forward. Dmitry Orlov is another player.
Can they field offers?
Philip Grubauer is another player.
So they can field offers, and then the team has the right to match it. Is that what it is?
Correct.
Right.
That doesn't happen very often. I wouldn't expect that to happen. But they're going to have to do some hocus pocus with the salary cap because it's not going up a whole lot next year. Just getting back to your original question, I think you guys kind of nailed it there when you rattled off Oshie and Alzner. At times I thought it was going to be one or the other,
yeah.
But with the way things ended, something tells me that this team is going to be looking to kind of alter its DNA a little bit.
So we got to go.
Try to get some younger players.
Tarik. The producers are waving their hands. We got to go. But we didn't even mention Shattenkirk. So Shattenkirk's gone. Alzner's gone. Oshie's gone. Justin Williams is gone. That's a totally different team.
I think Oshie has a chance, but I think it's going to be a very difficult negotiation given his age and given the fact that he had such a good year and is going to command a lot of money over a number of years.
Yeah, there's going to be interest from other teams.
Thank you, Tarik. Thank you.
Anytime, guys.
Okay.